Have you ever set a goal on a Monday with a fire in your soul, only to see it turn to ash by Wednesday? Have you ever promised yourself, this time will be different, only to find yourself making the same excuses, falling into the same traps, and ending the day with the bitter taste of disappointment? You are not alone in this struggle. But that is the problem. You are living in a world that is actively conspiring against your greatness. It is a world engineered for comfort, for distraction, for instant gratification. Every notification, every delivery app, every binge-worthy show is a lullaby singing your ambition to sleep. Your environment is designed to make you soft, to keep you average, to ensure your will remains weak. The problem isn't that you lack desire. The problem is that you lack a code, a set of unbreakable rules to govern your life when motivation fails. Today, you will be given that code. It is not new. It is ancient, forged in hardship, and proven in the crucible of one of the most formidable cultures in history. Today, you will learn to build iron discipline with a Spartan Code. This isn't about becoming an ancient soldier. It is about becoming a modern warrior, capable of conquering the most difficult territory of all, yourself. Code 1. Declare war on comfort. The first rule of the Spartan Code is the most direct. You must declare a total and unrelenting war on your own comfort. Comfort is the enemy of growth. It is a poison disguised as a reward. It is the silent atrophy of your willpower. While the world tells you to seek ease, the Spartan Code commands you to seek voluntary hardship. Why? Because a muscle that isn't tested weakens. A blade that isn't sharpened dulls. Your discipline is no different. The Spartans understood this in their bones. They slept on hard reeds, ate simple food, and trained in all conditions, not because they were masochists, but because they knew that by embracing voluntary hardship, they became inoculated against the involuntary hardships of life and battle. By choosing to be uncomfortable, they made themselves unbreakable. You must do the same. Your comfortable bed, your heated car, the endless stream of entertainments, these are not rewards. They are training grounds for weakness. To build iron discipline, you must purposefully inject difficulty into your life. You must become the architect of your own challenges. Think of your willpower not as a trait you either have or don't, but as a living muscle. Every time you hit the snooze button, you are performing a repetition for weakness. Every time you choose the escalator over the stairs, you are feeding that atrophy. Conversely, every time you choose the cold shower when a warm one is available, you perform a repetition for strength. Every time you work out when you are tired, you are forging iron. This is a strategic choice. You are not seeking pain for the sake of pain. You are seeking strength for the sake of your mission. You are teaching your mind and body a fundamental truth that you are not a slave to your feelings, okay? You are the master, and you can function, you can perform, you can conquer, no matter the conditions. Your first command, starting today, identify one comfort you will deliberately reject every single day. It could be taking a cold shower for the last minute. It could be foregoing sugar in your coffee. It could be using the stairs instead of the elevator. It must be small, consistent, and non-negotiable. This is your first battle in the war against softness. Win it every day. Code 2. Embrace the essential. The second Spartan code is to ruthlessly eliminate the non-essential. Sparta was a society of brutal simplicity. They had no lavish art, no complex literature, no opulent buildings, because they believed these things were distractions from their primary purpose, creating the strongest warriors on Earth. Every ounce of energy, every resource, every thought was dedicated to that single aim. Now look at your life. Your phone buzzes with 100 notifications, none of which matter. Your email inbox is a chaotic to-do list created by other people. Your mind is cluttered with celebrity gossip, political outrage, and the endless, meaningless scroll of social media. You are being pulled in 1,000 different directions. Your discipline is diluted, your focus is shattered, and your energy is hemorrhaging on things that do not contribute to your purpose. To build iron discipline, you must be as ruthless with your own life as the Spartans were with their society. You must become a master sculptor. Your life is a raw block of marble. Your purpose is the masterpiece sleeping within it. Your discipline is the chisel. Your job is to chip away every single thing that is not the masterpiece. Every distracting app, every toxic relationship, every time-wasting habit, every cluttered corner of your desktop must be chipped away. This requires courage. It means saying no. It means disappointing people. It means aggressively unsubscribing, unfollowing, and deleting. It means sitting in silence instead of automatically reaching for your phone. It means defining with absolute clarity what your Sparta is. What is the single most important mission of your life right now? Is it building your business? Is it transforming your health? Is it writing your book? Identify it. Write it down. Then, look at every corner of your life and ask a simple, brutal question. Does this help me build my Sparta? If the answer is no, it must go. Discipline cannot be built in a swamp of distraction. It requires the clear, solid ground of the essential. Your first command? Conduct a clutter audit within the next 24 hours. Identify the top 3 distractions that consume your time and energy. It could be a specific app on your phone, a news website, or a recurring thought pattern. Write them down. Write down one concrete action you will take to eliminate or drastically reduce each one. Execute that action immediately. Code 3. Master your inner dialogue. Spartans were famous for their laconic speech, saying the most with the fewest words. When King Philip of Macedon sent them a long, threatening message saying, "If I invade Laconia, I will raise Sparta to the ground," the Spartans sent back a one-word reply. If this wasn't just a communication style, it was a reflection of a mindset. They didn't waste energy on drama, speculation, or complaint. Their thoughts, like their words, were disciplined tools. Your mind, by contrast, is likely home to a verbose, whining, and indecisive committee. When faced with a challenge, your inner dialogue sounds less like a Spartan warrior and more like a terrified politician. Oh, I'm so tired, ... I didn't sleep well. Maybe I should start tomorrow, ... What if I fail? It's probably too hard for me anyway, ... Double quotes, this internal noise is the engine of procrastination. It drains your resolve before you even take the first step. The third Spartan code is to impose a laconic mindset on your inner world. You must learn to cut off the voice of complaint and replace it with the voice of command. You are the Ev, the magistrate of your mind. You have the power to exile these treasonous thoughts. When the voice of weakness begins its long, whining monologue, you do not argue with it. You do not negotiate. You cut it off. You replace its rambling paragraphs of doubt with a short, sharp, Spartan command. I'm too tired to go to the gym becomes go. I don't know where to start on this project becomes start here. What if I'm not good enough becomes prove it. This is a practice. You must consciously catch the rambling, complaining voice and execute this replacement. At first, it will feel forced, but with repetition, you will retrain your brain. You will establish a new default pattern. The voice of command will grow louder, and the voice of complaint will wither from neglect. A disciplined mind does not waste energy on internal debate. It receives the order and it moves. Your first command. For one full day, your mission is to allow no complaints to leave your lips. More importantly, every time you catch yourself in an internal monologue of complaint or excuse, you must mentally stop and replace it with a 1 or 2 word command. Get up, focus, now. Keep going. Turn your mind from a forum of debate into a chain of command. Code 4. The law of the phalanx. A Spartan warrior never fought alone. His life, his honor, and his victory depended entirely on the man standing next to him in the phalanx, the tight-knit shield wall formation. If one man broke, the entire wall was compromised. Their strength was collective. Their discipline was a shared responsibility. Modern society sells you the myth of the lone genius, the self-made hero who conquers the world alone. This is a lie. Discipline is a team sport. Your environment, your social circle, your phalanx will either be your greatest asset or your certain downfall. You cannot build iron discipline if you are surrounded by people who celebrate weakness, excuse mediocrity, and sabotage your ambition. You cannot maintain a shield wall if the men next to you are constantly lowering their shields to check their phones. You must audit your phalanx. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. Do they hold you to a higher standard, or do they make you feel comfortable in your excuses? When you state a new goal, do they say, "How can I help?" Or do they say, "Oh, another one of your crazy ideas"? Building your phalanx is one of the most disciplined acts of all. It may mean distancing yourself from people you care about who are committed to a life of comfort and complaint. It means actively seeking out people who intimidate you with their own discipline. Find an accountability partner. Join a group that is focused on the same mission. Hire a coach or find a mentor. Share your goals. Give your phalanx permission to call you out when you falter. Create stakes. A Spartan who dropped his shield in battle faced disgrace. What is your disgrace? Is it paying your accountability partner $50 every time you miss a workout? Is it reporting your progress publicly every week? Your personal discipline is tied to the honor of a group. Your reasons to quit shrink dramatically. You are no longer fighting just for yourself. You are fighting to hold the line for others. Your first command. Identify one person in your life who embodies the discipline you want to build. Reach out to them this week. Don't ask for a huge commitment. Simply state your goal and ask if you can check in with them once a week with a one-sentence update on your progress. This is the first step in assembling your shield wall. Code 5. Worship the process, not the feeling. Did the Spartan warrior wake up every morning feeling motivated to train? Did he feel inspired to drill under the hot sun for hours? Absolutely not. Motivation is a fickle, fleeting emotion. Inspiration is a fair-weather friend. Discipline is a commitment. It is a vow. The fifth Spartan Code is to detach your actions from your feelings. You must stop waiting for the right mood to strike. You must learn to worship the process, not the outcome, and certainly not the feeling. A Spartan trained not because he felt like it, but because it was what he did. His identity was fused with the process. You must build the same identity. You are not a person who tries to work out. You are a person who trains. You are not a person who wants to write. You are a writer. And writers write. Trainers train. Your actions define your identity, not the other way around. The way to do this is to build a schedule based on process, not on feelings or outcomes. You don't say, "I'll go to the gym if I feel up to it." You say, "Tuesday, 6 a.m. is gym time. It is a non-negotiable appointment with myself." It doesn't matter if you are tired, sad, or uninspired. You show up. You honor the appointment. The feeling of motivation doesn't precede the action, it follows it. The act of showing up, of honoring the process, is what generates the feeling of accomplishment and, eventually, the identity of a disciplined person. Think of building a great wall. You don't stare at the empty horizon and feel overwhelmed by the scale of the task. You focus on one thing, laying the next brick as perfectly as you can, then the next one, and the one after that. Your entire world becomes that single, perfect action. You fall in love with the process of laying bricks. One day, you look up, and the wall is complete. The outcome is simply a byproduct of a process you worshipped. Your first command: choose your most important goal. Break it down into a single, daily, process-based action. Write 500 words. Make 10 sales calls. Meditate for 10 minutes. Schedule this action into your calendar like an unbreakable appointment. For the next 7 days, your only goal is to not break that appointment, regardless of how you feel. Code 6. Criteria. The virtue of endurance. There is a Spartan concept called criteria. It has no perfect English translation, but it means steadfastness, relentless endurance. The ability to persevere through pain and hardship without complaint. This is the final and perhaps most crucial code. This is the moment in the battle when your muscles are screaming, your lungs are burning, and your mind is begging you to quit. This is where 99% of people break. This is where the warrior is forged. Discipline isn't just about starting. It's about enduring when things get hard, boring, or painful. Every journey of consequence will have a moment of maximum difficulty, the Great Wall. It's the point in your marathon where your legs turn to lead. It's spade the middle of your project when the initial excitement has faded and the finish line is nowhere in sight. Your ability to push through this point is your criteria. The Spartan Code teaches that this pain is not a signal to stop. Okay? It is a signal that you are growing. It is the friction that sharpens the blade. To cultivate this, you must practice pushing past the point of perceived exhaustion. Use the +1 rule. When you are at the gym and you think you can only do 10 reps, do one more. When you are running and you want to stop, run for 1 more minute. When you are working and your focus is gone, work for 5 more minutes. This 1 more is you actively training your criteria. You are teaching your mind that its initial impulse to quit is a liar. You are recalibrating your limits. Every time you do this, you deposit a small amount of evidence into your mental bank account of evidence that you are a person who does not quit. Over time, this account grows, and your belief in your own endurance becomes an unshakable fortress. When life hits you with real, unavoidable hardship, you will not be surprised. You will not crumble. You will have been training for this moment your entire life. Your first command: the next time you are doing something difficult and the urge to quit arises, acknowledge it. Then, deliberately force yourself to continue for just a little longer. 1 more minute, 1 more page, 1 more step. Smile as you do it, knowing that in this small act of defiance, you are forging the soul of a warrior. Final thoughts? The code you live by: we have walked the path of the Spartan. We have learned to declare war on comfort, to embrace the essential, to master our inner dialogue, to build our phalanx, to worship the process, and to cultivate the virtue of endurance. This is more than a set of life hacks. This is a code for living. It is a conscious choice to reject the path of ease and mediocrity that the world has laid out for you. It is the decision to become the architect of your own character, to forge yourself day by day into someone of consequence, someone of iron will. The transformation does not happen overnight. It happens with the first cold shower, with the first deleted app, with the first complaint you silence, with the first time you show up when you don't feel like it. It is built not in grand gestures, but in 1,000 small, daily victories. Your training begins now. It does not begin tomorrow or next week. It begins with your very next choice. Here is your final command. Identify 1 comfort you will deliberately sacrifice tomorrow. Just 1. It could be the snooze button, a sugary drink, or mindlessly scrolling social media. Choose your sacrifice. This is your first offering to the altar of your own discipline. This is your first victory. This is your first step on the Spartan path. The world whispers for you to be soft, to take it easy, to give in. Answer with iron.